A dire warning tonight about the Sacramento City Unified School District's budget crisis. It's expected to run out of cash by July, and if it does, the state could step in and take over.
Now, school finance experts laid it all out there for district leaders tonight. They are struggling to close a $170 million budget deficit, and tonight the board is expected to approve hundreds of final layoff notices to district employees. KCRA 3's Peyton Headley is live outside the meeting. And Peyton, what are the next steps?
Yeah, well, it's up to the board to decide whether or not they want to ask the state to step in and help. And financial experts emphasizing tonight that timing is of the essence. There are not generally a lot of options available when school districts are projected to run out of cash. So tonight we spoke with the CEO of the Financial Crisis and Management Assistance Team who presented tonight. That's a state organization that helps districts in budget emergencies. While the district has taken some assertive steps to get out of the deficit, he says it is too little, too late. The district is set to run out of money by July. And he says there are some options to borrow from themselves, but that would only get them to about January or February of next year, where they would run into the same issue again, potentially leaving them unable to pay their employees. So the big question is whether or not the board will ask the state to step in, and at what point.
They have no buffer left. They are really right at the edge of the cliff. They have no buffer. They don't have any space. The ground's crumbling beneath them, and they don't have a place to step back to that is safe.
And that was only an informational item tonight, so there's no decision that's being made. But right now there is a discussion going on between that CEO we spoke with, Michael Fine, and the board. And so far only one board member has responded to him saying they're looking for really any other options besides insolvency. They are not ready to head down that path quite yet. But also happening tonight, the board will discuss after this item sending final layoff notices to just over 500 employees. But it is important to note that doesn't mean that 500 people are losing their jobs. The district says they have the opportunity to rescind some of those notices, and it is expected that they will do so. Live in Sacramento, Peyton Headley, KCRA 3.